Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner here, joining you on the last day of 2018. It is New Year's Eve, my friends. Welcome into the dawn of 2019 as we say goodbye to 2018 this year. A lot to reflect on. We'll get to that later in the week, but today's episode is this. Everyone has their moment. As always, thank you for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
All right, everyone, welcome in again. Going to talk today about a little story that happened to me over the weekend and tied in with today's lesson. So, worked this weekend, was on duty half a day Saturday, had a conversation with someone that was very kind of all over the place, really. But really, there was one quote in it where we got to just talking about like different things about our lives and different backgrounds and histories of what we've been through and whatnot. And he said this quote to me that really stuck with me and made me think about it a lot. And it was, everyone has their moment. They just have to be brave enough to step up and seize it. And it was interesting because not a lot of people talk like that anymore, you know? Like, and you could see in his eyes, like he meant what he was talking about. Like he was in this place of like heightened mental awareness where you could just kind of see, like, it was really genuine. You know, it wasn't just kind of screwing around or talking smack about something or just, you know, being random. Like this was actually profound, you know? And I got to thinking about it as I went home for the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend, and really got to thinking about this in two different ways, right? Like I feel like everyone has their moment. You know, like you have a moment once in a lifetime where you have an opportunity to do something truly great. And you really only know when that happens when you look back on your life. Because you'll either look back and recognize that you capitalized on it or that you missed it. And really there's no way, right? Because this other part of it is we all have moments either daily or weekly or monthly or yearly. Like you recognize when you have moments to step up, to be a leader, to do something great, to, you know, outperform yourself or perform better at something or do whatever it is, right? Like we all have our moments where we have these different angles of our lives that come about and things can actually line up for us. And we have those moments of triumph, right? Because you recognize an opportunity and you capitalize on it. And those are great. Those are awesome. That's what propels you forward, right? But it's the sacrifices you make daily. It's the preparations. It's the studying. It's the work you put in daily that prepare you for those moments. And when those come along, you're ready to pounce. You're ready to go. And you don't even recognize the moment's over until it's past. And you're like, wow, like I actually was there to capitalize on that. But in terms of this, you know, our once in a lifetime thing, like, you know, I'm only 28 years old. Like, I don't know if I've had my moment yet. I feel like I might have, you know, I feel like one's coming up for me in 2019, but I really don't know. Like, there's no way for me to know that this moment will be the big, like every moment in that moment is our biggest moment yet, right? Like, because we've never experienced the future. We have no idea what it holds. It's literally not existent yet. So, you know, you can look back on your life and say like, yeah, you know what? That was my moment when I decided to actually take a leap of faith, or I actually capitalized on something I've been working on and actually made something of myself, right? Like you can look backwards with clarity. They always say hindsight is 2020. You know, you can always look back on something and be like, yeah, I should have done that, or I should have done this, or this actually worked out well. But looking forward, you have no idea. You have no idea what is coming up. And that's why you have to focus on what's right in front of you right now. And as, you know, we wrap up 2018 today and start 2019 tomorrow, this is an opportunity for you to think, hey, maybe this is my moment. Maybe 2019 contains my moment, whether it is a moment of decision for you, a moment of clarity, a moment of peace, or whatever it might be, whatever situation that you're in. Maybe 2019 is your moment. Like, looking back on things, you'll say, you know what? 2019 was the year that things really took off for me, or when I decided to quit smoking, or I decided to, start being a better parent and partner in my marriage. As I look back on 2018, like, I started this podcast, I've done a whole bunch of other things. Like, I have recognized many different moments over the past year that I've been able to capitalize on and move forward with and actually seize those moments. But I know that none of those moments are going to even compare to the shit that I have coming up in 2019 and the opportunities that are going to be presented to me that I'm going to make for myself. Right? I'm not waiting around for someone to give me a moment. Like, I am making my own stuff. And it's such a hopeful thought and process to make. Like, but it's this. There's so much that goes into it, right? So my question for you today is this: what could be your moment? Like, what could be your moment in 2019? You know what's going on in your life. I don't have any idea. Like, I don't have any idea what you're struggling with, what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. But think about what could be your moment. I'll just leave you with that thought for this year. Today is the 99th episode of the Run Your Day podcast. My moment inside of this podcast was my first episode, when I decided to go live, when I put the fear and doubt that was in my head behind me and decided to just put it out there. Like, it was nerve-wracking. It was scary. I didn't know what was going to happen. And it turned out it was one of the best things I've ever done. Think about what your moment could be. And how can you prepare for it? That's my question for you today. So that's going to wrap up today's show, and it's going to wrap up 2018. As always, thank you all for joining. Look forward to joining you guys tomorrow on New Year's Day for a special 100th episode of the Run Your Day podcast. Got a lot of cool stuff in store for you guys. It's going to be awesome. It might not come out first thing in the morning because I want to prepare and actually get this one right. I only get one 100th episode, right? So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be awesome. Going to appreciate you guys, as always. Make it a great rest of your day. Be on the lookout for your moment. Dan Hafner signing off. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.